Hi all. Right, not quite got turn 16 finished yet. Seems to be taking a while. I'm just trying to drag it out, so make sure I get my game's worth, just in case it all fails. No, I think we've got it worked out, haven't we? But only just, eh? Only just. Pretty sure originally I said 8 points across that side and it turned out to be only 7. So I'm hoping I got 4 here. And it just shows you how lucky, you know, I don't want to start going over that again obviously, but this shows you how lucky I did get. You know, it looks like it was tight and I had no leeway at all, really. Right, one thing I noticed as a mistake, I'm sure some of you might have done as well, but I've put a wee comment on the, it's nothing major, it's actually a mistake that benefits myself. I put a comment on the start of the YouTube video. This guy got hit with purple, he got disrupted in the purple sporadic here. Well, he's armoured, and there was no armour symbol, so he's not disrupted, which I think is a really good thing, although I'm still not that sure what I'm doing with these units, because I've got the, I'll just back a bit, you can see the infantry coming on here, a lot of them are coming in there. If that guy had been disrupted, we would have had to sit, but now we could move things on. On saying that, I don't want to have concentrated, I think that's why I've made these separates. I don't want to end up with concentrated targets so that they just get disrupted, you know, when purple fires, but at least we should have a force coming on board to try and have something to do with that. And this is what I said, I was slightly annoyed with not taking the chance moving this down. Because if he was here right now, we could have at least had a fire at this. I think it works out about 5 strength. And well, in fact, yeah, we would have disrupted him. Now, what did purple fire with? It was a diamond, wasn't it? So he would have been down there, he would have been okay. Oh well. Well, we didn't, and he isn't, so there you go. Right, I think that was the only thing to talk about, actually. No more comments since the last time, although Martin's comments and bringing it to my attention that the engineer's base is exactly the same as the HQ base, and also the reoccupy option where communication has to be traced to the hex. So I don't need to occupy the hex to then base my engineer base. So that might be of relevance here, because I had a glance at that and thought, oh well, I didn't think I was going to be able to place it here, because I didn't think I was going to have all the hexes occupied. But they don't need to be occupied as long as communication can't be traced to them. But there's one thing we need to deal with, and that's get that unit out of that brown position. So that should be reasonably simple. Yeah, in fact, I thought I was thinking about having to take one of these units down. Well, that might not be the case. They might be okay just sitting there. Oh, that was other thing I wanted to mention. I had talked about, you know, there was it took me ages to decide about should I take a chance and move one of these units away into this hex, with this turn being able to move it into here, controlling this hex. And I said that about the lucky things that we got away with last turn. Well, I didn't make the move, and it's just as well. It would have been a gamble. You know, we needed certain weapons. It would have been a gamble. But look, and I pointed up here and I thought, oh, I thought somebody had taken that position. It wasn't that. It was this brown position that had reinforced. And he fires into that position. So if we had moved away, and this time, well, we wouldn't have had a chance. We wouldn't be able to move in there and gain control of that. So that was maybe a bit of a lucky call as well. But I'm pretty sure it was, for what we were trying to do there, we needed to stay, because this was important to get the 2 orange positions clear. Okay, so, well, we only need BZ and BR, and that's why that was another lucky part in a way, because if one of these units had been disrupted, Anyway, let's... Oh, yeah, we're going to have to use an action on that, aren't we? Okay. Might just hold on to that thought a minute. Then, I'll tell you why, another reason. I would like to get this guy out of the water. He's armoured, as we've now looking at the colours of the symbols. He's white. He only controls the hexes, and this guy controls the hexes right round about. And that's kind of the reason why. So we've got this guy, haven't we? Do we need to move him though? We definitely need an action on this guy. That probably means the other guy can't move as well. Would mean he couldn't move. We're okay up there beside the general. This is inspired, this is a hero, and then the other stuff's alongside the HQ, and that's got a hero, and that's also a ranger, but I don't think they're moving too far. And even if I did want to do this, you know what, I might now. You know what the purple symbol will be next time, though. But yeah, I feel like I should have took a chance with that. On saying that, if I'd done it, it would have meant these units had to sit in their spot to fire, but it would have meant this was disrupted. But I wouldn't have took out, you know, both. We would still have 2 shots firing from the other position. So, well, anyway, okay. Well, I'll maybe come back to that. Right. Well, where are you going to go, Grant? Yeah, let's go here because these are free moves. So, all went well here. We need BZ and BR in there as well. And I think we need it from the ranged infantry, don't we? Yeah. Well, we need to attack with one of them anyway. Oh, of course, the other one was going to have to come down, wasn't he? Because we don't have control of this hex. Yeah, I should have, because if I move, machine gun, yeah. Let's just say I move that guy down to there, which is probably what I'm going to do. I not only control that hex, but I don't think communication can be traced to it. No, because it can't go in there, it can't go down to the pavilion, and it can't go there. So that is enough to establish the engineer base. Well, if the other 3 hexes are in the same position, I'm just talking about the green-brown ones. So it could be that we get to establish 2 engineer bases. Well, I say there's not a lot about here, but to be honest, yeah, we've got the 2 tanks. Unfortunately, this tank ended up taking a hit, didn't he? But yeah. And this is a full-strength tank, just waiting to come up here. So, okay, so I think that's right. And again, this hex, to be honest, I don't need to... We've got control of this hex, and communication is not traceable to it. So that's fine as well. We need to take this brown position out, okay. But again, this position, there's no communication traceable to it. And we control it. And once we take that guy out, the same's going to be said. Yes. Yes. Because remember, looking at this here, I just thought at first, can he trace through here? But this guy's on the higher ground. He still projects his control into this hex from the higher ground. If it was the other way about, that wouldn't be the case. Which makes sense. Okay. Good. Well, I think we've got brown and orange tied up there. Even just moving that unit down to there. Well, that's a point, in fact. Well, I don't want to use the action on that. That was a free action, so that makes more sense. Right, let's move on. This guy's attacking. This guy's supporting because we need the bazooka. So BZ and BR. Well, I think the range one gives both, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. But we've got attack adjacent with adjacent infantry. So BZ, BR. We've got 11 strength against his 2. We have the weapons. He is doubled. He is eliminated. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if I did use that unit to move into here afterwards, it doesn't really give us any benefit. It shuts it off from a reinforcement, I suppose, but I don't think I'm going to have the actions to spare, though. Let's just wheel him there now then. Just a second. Right, and this guy's eliminated, but you'll notice he's got the pure yellow, so he's from the, is it 716th or something? Anyway, these are the ones that can't come back. They're gone. Unfortunately, that other one was the different variety. Okay. Well, I'll just ponder on that a second, but I'm pretty sure I'm bringing that down. Yes. Okay. Right. What are we going to do here? Let me have a wee think off camera, I think. You know what? I don't think there's any point in me... I want these guys to start moving along. I think. Just... I thought I had it all sorted. Just starting to ponder about the fact that we're going to open that draw, you know, to some traffic. It's going to be the better draw to be moving this stuff. I mean, well, hopefully we're going to have that kind of weak artillery piece, the one that got whittled down by the red position. And then we've got an anti-air, but they're both just poor kind of one-step units. But we've got the 2 tanks as well. In fact, hang on, is there not another? Ah, yeah, there's 3 tanks. So, yeah, maybe not so bad. I mean, well, I say I kind of feel like I would like to have had this artillery up there, but in all honesty, the artillery wants to be with the HQ. Talk about that other artillery that's along there, it's kind of useless without the HQ, but when the other HQ comes in, I'm no doubt it'll be going in that side, so yeah, my thinking is, I think I'm moving this guy down, and whether I should have done it last turn or not, I'm going to start moving this stuff along. Okay, he's going into steady fire. Now, hang on, this is going to land next turn though, so careful, Grant. Ah, yeah. Yeah, we've got landings in both these hexes next turn. Well, you know what? This is sporadic. It means they'll both get disrupted and then just cause a traffic jam, won't they? Did you really think this through, Grant? Yeah, I don't really want that situation. Whereas, what else do you do though? I mean, I don't really want to move it back the way, do I? On saying that, the artillery's of no use at the moment. So why don't you just move this guy down, Grant? Right? And possibly actually move the artillery back. Well, what I could do is move that little artillery in there. Move the big artillery back. Okay, it looks a bit daft, but as you can see that, well, you can't see because I'm too zoomed in. So now when this unit lands, there's 4 steps. It's only sporadic. When this unit lands, there's 4 steps. Again, sporadic. when these 2 units land, there's going to be 3 units in here. Yeah, we probably would want to move the HQ on, wouldn't we? Oh, hold on. No, I can't do that. Just leave that guy back there, but then that defeats what I've just said. Means we'll definitely have to use an action, because although we can have 3 units in this stack, by the end of the action phase, we need to fix that. And then there's no issues with these 2 guys. They're coming in safe, and this is a safe hex as well. It's only red and green that fire into that, so I don't mind that being concentrated. But oh, Grant, hold on. Oh no, that's going to be into the water, isn't it? I thought, put it in here. Yeah, right. Good one, Grant. Well, then it might be better just leaving the HQ. And you know what? This guy could maybe get blown up anyway. So that way, everything lands. All these units land within command of the HQ. Yeah. And if this unit does survive, and this unit survives, and we get a shot at this, 1, 2, that would only be 3 strength. That's not going to be enough, is it? Because he's getting double actually, because we're coming down that bluff, aren't we? But we don't have the weapons anyway, so 2, yeah, we'd need 4, wouldn't we? Can I not change them about? Well, no, that'd be cheating, Grant. Grr. Why not? That's silly. I mean, I know I'm going to get 3 actions as of the next turn, but I've got all these infantry coming on, and these 2 stacks are not going to be in command. And then there's another 3 infantry units I can see from here that are going to need some help as well. So yeah. See, I could have left this back here, and I could have also moved that back as well. Is this all worthwhile? Well, it might be, because I need the 4 strength to disrupt this guy. There's no point me attacking with 3 strength. It's going to do nothing. Means I'm putting that guy back. Means there's going to be 2 units in here. Okay, well, let's say I move this guy to here. So they both moved back. Actually, I'll need to, I'm getting confused myself here. Hang on. Okay, right. I'm going to just put these back to where they should be a minute, because I'm going to rethink this, I think. So these 2 were in here beside the HQ. And I think it was that was in there, and that was in there. Is that right? Hang on. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So yeah, so move that guy down to there. 1, 2, 3. He's within range, keeping the HQ there. Yeah. So moving this guy along into here, moving these 2 guys into here, and leaving the HQ where it is. I mean, yes, I suppose the downside to this is we could do with the use of this guy come the chance, if we get the chance to attack here, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's got 2 more moves to make to get within. Oh no, he's got. Yeah, that's not clever. Okay, I think I've got it. We don't move that guy from there at all. We just moved the artillery back. So this guy was sitting. Actually, he should be like that. He was sitting there. We move the artillery from here back into here. We leave this guy where he is. We leave this guy where he is. Then that way, next turn, assuming that Ranger survives, this guy, well, he's in sporadic. Well, he's still got to survive as well. Survive the disruption. We attack this. It doesn't cost us any actions. With support from that, we disrupt that guy. And then, in that same turn, this unit would move into here. And then they're both together, hopefully moving one step closer into there to then be able to support an attack on there. And this infantry that lands will probably move into here. That sounds good. So, there you go. All that thinking, and we just ended up moving this guy back just to make... Okay, I think I'm happy with this. So, now moving on to this. Fortunately, I think I'm going to have to take a break. But, yeah, I'll just be pausing things. I won't be creating another video, I hope. Right, I'll be back shortly. Hi all. Yeah, I know I left things on pause, but yeah, life happened and had to go away and do other things. So it'd been on pause, and I think it cut out there, so we're starting again. To hopefully create just the last part of the last part of turn 16. I'm not going to commit to that statement just yet though, because it seems to have taken quite a while. I've not had quite so much time. I've got friends coming at the weekend, and I'd like to get, you know, at least turn 16 resolved before that happens, but I've had other things on. So yeah, I remember messing about with this, and it took me quite a while, but I think I was happy with the results in the end. They're not brilliant, but it was letting me hopefully have a go at this, move things, and yeah. Right, I'm not going to go on and all that. I'm sure you've just seen all that. But I did look at this just briefly before I started recording, and I think I'm going to move this unit out. Now, I know that lets me control... Well, it doesn't let me control this hex, because Brown's firing in it. And it also doesn't stop me from a unit re-occupying that hex, because they can trace through that draw. But it does give me a hex closer to the Brown, and the problem is there, I mean, I was just going to drop this unit back into here, because this hex would actually be in German communication if I don't do that. I've just realised, but dropping that unit back doesn't let me like push forward towards this Brown position like I maybe be thinking about doing. Yeah, it's funny, I get something in my head and I think I've got it, and then I think about something else and it goes to pot. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to take a little bit of a chance here, and I know I've been warned twice. John Brown warned me, then Martin warned me about leaving these WM positions to re-occupy. And I could prevent that now by moving a unit back the way. But I'm just thinking that if I've moved this guy into here, he could move into there next turn. If I move this Ranger into here, he can move into here next turn. However, Mind you, Grant, it doesn't matter them being in 2 hexes adjacent. That doesn't help with a flank or anything like that. So you could just as easily avoid going into this green and just straightforward put them in here, couldn't you? Oh, hang on. Let's take that move back then. If I want to achieve what I'm saying, why not do it the other way about? We don't care about, well, we can't control this hex. We also can't cut off communication to this hex at the moment. So me putting this unit here does absolutely nothing really. However, if I was to put, well, that's a fact, that's not even necessary either, is it? What fires into that? Well, green fires into that. So, yeah, we bit swap places. Put this unit in here. Put this guy in here. I mean, okay, yeah, blue is sporadically firing, and green sporadic firing here. So that could scupper our plans. But by doing it that way, okay, we aren't controlling that either. We are controlling this from this unit, but not only that, we're actually stopping the communication to this hex. So we don't need to worry about this reoccupy thing. And then next turn, if we feel bold, if things go our way, we could move both the units into here. And then, okay, that then moves away from there. But at the moment we're still, because this is one of our victory points at the moment. So we need to keep this in control, which we have done there. And like I say, if we move on to turn 17 and the R action comes up for red, they will not be able to reoccupy that hex, because it's not in communication. So yeah, I think that's better. So let's do that. So we've done, go out a little bit. We've dealt with this and this and this. And we've done this part, apart from this guy. Yeah, remember, Grant, don't forget about this guy, because something needs to control this hex, so don't forget about that one. Yeah, so we need to spend one action here, and then, yeah, I'd still like to save this guy. Now that we know that we can actually get the command engineer base, you know, we could get in this hex or this hex. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to. So why not get this guy in here and then eventually start moving stuff, you know? Yeah, well, if I've got to use an action here, there's no point. Well, I don't like doing that. No, BZ, BR, right? It's the one on the bottom. So I'll put that guy there. We'll take an action with that guy. He's got 4 strength. He's got the weapons. That was enough, wasn't it? This isn't doubled. Ah, yeah, that's perfect. Well, we only needed greater than with the weapons. So, zoom in a little bit there. So we've got the weapons. And we've got double the strength. So he is eliminated. And yeah, although we don't control this hex, don't tell me that's not the case. I think we've got it covered anyway. Does the communication thing work with that? I don't think it does it? Yeah, it doesn't mention that about it being an unoccupied position that could trace control. However, it does insist on US communication. So, yeah, I guess we should have a glance at that. I'm hoping everything's good with that. My feeling is that it's tracing to a beach hex, but US units are not affected by being in or out of communication during the game. At the end of a scenario, US communication is required in order to control hexes for victory purposes. Well, there you go. We're not really ending a scenario yet, are we? But I guess would be that because we're tallying up victory points, that would still come into consideration. So it says, a hex is in US communication if you can trace a path of hexes of any length from the hex to any beach hex. Okay, nice and simple again. Something like the German one. We like that. But obviously a couple of restrictions. The path may not pass through any hexes occupied by or in the field of fire of a German unit. Ooh, okay. The path may not be traced through a rough hex or a bluff or cliff hex side. Oh, just about had just about thought we had failed there. US communication may not be traced into or through a hex in the field of fire German unit, even if that hex is occupied by a US unit. German position's field of fire extends into all hexes with fire dots, even if the German unit occupying position is disrupted. An empty German position has no field of fire for purposes of tracing US communication. Oh dear, right, okay, that's more than, oh no, you're having a laugh. Well, hang on here. No. Yeah, because blue actually fires into here. So, but we don't control this hex anyway. That's not part of what we're trying to do here, is it? What was I trying to find there? A hex is considered in US control for victory point purposes if the hex is occupied or controlled by a US unit and is in US communication. Yeah, that's when it does actually stretch it and make it a bit more complex. Because, I mean, yeah, I don't control this hex, even though I've got a unit that could control it. Blue's firing into here, that's fine. If for some reason blue wasn't firing into there, it's firing into here. So, and we trying to trace communication from here, we would, the only, because we can't go these bluffs, according to what I've just read there just now, we'll actually have to go through this hex, and then if there's a field of fire into this, well in actual fact, it has to go into here, and then down here. And that can't do it. It can't do it because red's firing into here. And red's got a German unit with a field of fire into here. And we can't trace down bluffs. Here was me saying it was nice and simple. The path may not be traced through a rough hex or a bluff or cliff hex side. Ouch. Okay. We're going to have to watch all that. And it does bring back some memories of realising that trying to control these hexes is far more difficult than you actually think. So it just actually shows you there that if that blue hadn't reinforced, I would not be controlling that hex unless I could trace another way, round about, but I couldn't, I don't think. It's an unlimited amount of hexes, right enough, so you could possibly find a path. But because you can't go bluffs, you know, I could go here, I could go here, I could actually go down into the draw here if these German units weren't here, and then away down the draw, and then onto the beach. So that would work if they weren't there, but, well, I was saying that if this guy wasn't here, but the fact he's here, we can't go in there, can we? Yeah, because it's field of fire. I've got to be careful. Yeah, it's field of fire rather than, I'm thinking US units just occupy, you know, control what's round about them. But it's different for the Germans. They've got field of fire that could stretch more than one hex, like this red position does. It stretches into here. Okay, right. Okay, that has rather got me a little bit scared now. Looking across the other side, I think we're okay with that still, but again, Grant, maybe you should have really refreshed yourself on the rules. Okay, so that was one action to do that. You know what, I've just got to do what I've got to do. Right, I'm not going to mess about any further, because I actually need to go to my bed as well. This guy is going to take the second action to move up here. This guy is going to come down here. The general's just going to stand his ground, I think. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, probably, because I might, you know, maybe, mind you, all these are, alright, zoom out a little bit, zoom out. These are all double positions, so this is when we need to start building a force round about them, really. So maybe there's no rush to actually chuck things into here until we can plan it out properly. So leave the general there. We've used our two actions. The only freebies we've got left are this tank, which can do nothing. There's this tank that could have a barrage on red. Is there any point in that? Probably not. But what else is he going to do? He could start heading down to here. So 1, 2, 3, because we're probably going to build now they're allowed on that path. What is that? What is that? It's like, it's not a road. There's the road, but what is that? The dotted line. Trail. It's a trail. What does that do? Tank units can move more than one hex through road hexes. 17.2. Yeah, we can move on that. Oh. Okay, that's not something I considered. I'm missing something there. If we clear this shingled hex, so if we put the engineer base here, and then eventually gets one range and clears this hex and this hex, so clears the shingle, we can move a tank up into here, and it can move right along this trail. Mind you, where's it getting to? It's going to reach here and not be able to get past that until that's cleared. Yeah. I'm not quite sure about that one. I could maybe have to look into that one a wee bit more. So it'd be 1, then we build the base next turn. 2, then it extends. To be honest, I think I should just leave red and then move back, try and get this tank going up the draw as well. because it does look like we're going to be able to do that. Oh, hang on, hang on. Yeah, no, because this is unoccupied, but communication cannot be traced to this hex. That's correct. Same as this, same as this, same as this. So I think I can put an engineer base in here. Right, well, we're going to go with that. Right, I think that's all my moves. So, yeah, no, let's just finish this turn. Come on, it's been long going, and I think that's everything. I mean, I suppose there's a couple of things I could do if I realise that I've made a mess of things, because we're not revealing any new information, so that's why I was going to put the book away there, but I think I should keep it open. So let us find out if we have got 11 victory points. That's what we need to continue play. Or 25 to win the game right now. Yeah, right. Actually, John Brown commented that he was very close to reaching that one game that he played. That's mightily impressive, I tell you. To get anywhere near that number, I think. It makes me feel rather lame, to be honest. I'm struggling to actually get the 11. I mean, okay. I think if I was to reset the game up now and start again, I would be more organised and have a better idea of what I needed, shall we say. I very much doubt I would get anywhere near 25 points though. I think you need, well, I'm not taking anything away from you, John, but I'm pretty sure you got some, your fortunes went for you on quite a few occasions, I would think. Right. Okay, let's double check everything here just before we do move on to the next turn. Well, this is the time we're going to determine if we've not had a catastrophic loss. That's fine. We need 11 victory points. We've not got any draws. To be honest, I haven't had another look, but we've not, right? So we don't control any draws. So it's basically 1 victory point for each WM position you control. A WM position occupying 2 hexes is worth 2 victory points, but is worth no points until you control both hexes. So that's important, but I switched on to that one early on. And then 1 victory point for each German reinforcement position you control, including positions not marked victory point. So you know, that's good, as in this one here. It's not marked victory point, but it's still a reinforcement position, so we get a point for that. However, the more latest information that's came to me is US communication, and how it's not quite as simple as I thought. I don't think it's affecting anything over here, so I'm hoping we're all good, but we better just double check it. So we're not getting nothing for this because red's firing into there. This is one of the points we felt like we were having. It's a WM position. There's no German field to fire into it. That's occupied. And can we trace US communication? Well, that's a slope. It's not a cliff or a bluff. We couldn't trace down here, but we can trace into here. Now it's in purple and orange. So if that had been in red, you know, if that hex had been in red, am I right with that? Yeah, path may not be traced through, actually, path may not trace through any hexes occupied by or in the field of fire of a German unit. So yeah, so if that had been a red fire, we were messed up. So he traces into here, down here, and then it's just a beach hex, isn't it? To any beach hex. So all we need to do is reach this hex and we're good. So that's 1 point. This one is not in the field of fire in a German unit. Traces into here. for US communication. That's 2 points. Good. We're on track. Right, these two green positions are not in brown. There's no German unit in brown field of fire. This one traces into here for US communication. This one traces into here and here. So that's another 2 points. That's 4. Okay, it does look more simpler across here. And again, here, he can trace into here, here, then here. But see, he couldn't trace into here and here because red is still firing. So you know, it could be simple, something as simple as that could catch you. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. This is a brown one. Red's not firing into it. Trace is okay. Trace, trace, trace. That's fine. This one. So there you go. That's stretching that a wee bit further. That could have been riskier. We're okay. Because we've got control of it. There's no brown. There's no unit in brown. Traces into here, 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 here. Okay, we're good. So that is indeed 7, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So there is 7 definites there, right? So hopefully we've got the. I'm worried about that red position. Oh, no. Come on. Don't do this to me. We don't have that red position. It's not in US communication. Come on, don't do this. Why can I not trace through a bluff? I wish you'd got round to reminding me of that one then, Martin. John. Because I don't think we control this hex. Well, yeah, that's part of control. Part of control is US communication. Hex is considered in US control if the hex is occupied and is in US communication, as not in field of fire. The only thing that might save me here is going back to the fact that it's talking about at the end of a scenario, but I don't think that's going to cut it, Grant. Because I can't trace down here, and I can't because this is a bluff all the way around. I can trace into here, but I can't even trace into here because brown's firing. Not that that was helping me because this is all bluff up here as well. The only gap that there is a slope here, but we need to trace through. Well, in actual fact, we can't even trace into that hex. And we needed that point. I think. I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we miscounted, and then so if we're not getting that point, we're not getting that. Green's firing into there. We can have this one. Yeah, that's one. And then we're not getting brown because blue's firing it there. So we are getting the orange, and it can trace communication down along here and down. And this one too, that's 3, that's 10 points. That is not 11 points. Oh dear. Yeah, I can't find my way out of this, guys. It looks like I've failed you all. Knowing what I know now, well, it's kind of funny that if it's this position that's going to bite me in the bum. Well, however, I've just said that this green position fires into here as well, doesn't it? And it happened before. I think this was the last one that kicked in, but yeah, because it refers back to, you know, I was trying to say was we're not finishing a scenario, but it is to determine victory points. It refers back to 13.2 to determine your victory, and tells you about the points for it. Yeah, it just makes it so much more important to take a draw, doesn't it? Gain one of the draws, and I think it's really hard to get the 11 points without a draw, I think, even more so than I've seen now. It makes me also wonder about some of the videos that I've watched. Now, I'm not trying to have a cop out here and say, you know, you're a failure, Grant. you're not as good as the rest, but I'm questioning some of the playthroughs and not, you know, just not spotting something like that, and maybe I'm feeling bitter right now. It's possible. Well, yeah, I think we've only got 10 points. Well, what I might do, I have to finish up now anyway. So what I might do is put this all together. I'll just leave the situation like that. I don't think there's any other moves I could make. No, I mean, there's no other points I could have got. Well, I suppose there's one possibility I can think of. That red position. Because that would give me, yeah, it would give me that brown as a point. But what needs to happen is, this is a 1, and we have the weapons. I think we've drawn 2 1s already for the tactical reinforcements, so again, it's a wee bit of pity. I suppose if red hadn't fired, I would have been attacking with 10. Well, I would have given that one a go. Is there anything else? No. These units have all moved. Sorry, hang on. I just wasn't expecting this. Like, oh! There's the camera away again. Sorry, my bad. Just wasn't expecting this. It shows you how you need to know the rules, eh? Yeah, like I say, these have all moved. There's nothing more I could have got at that. I think that's only one. That is, I do still have the action to do that. There's a free action. I suppose while I'm here, I might as well just do it. What I thought I might do is just shut everything up. I'm just, I suppose, a little surprised. Maybe Martin or John hasn't mentioned this, but then again, I'm probably a couple of 2 or 3 videos ahead of what they might have seen. And that's the problem, maybe rushing ahead, maybe, because they've actually been given some good advice. And to be honest, the controlling being on the lower ground to the higher ground, I'm not so sure I would have clicked to that one. And there you go, US communication. So I'm wondering if I'm maybe missing something, the fact that I've not mentioned it. But again, it could be that just they've not caught up to where I am yet. And that's not their fault. It's probably my fault for putting out so much and not taking a little more time over things and not reading the rules. Will we go for this? I mean, I wouldn't generally be going for this because I decided I wouldn't, but the fact if it's, yeah, I suppose. So we need it to be a 1, right? Let's just do it. And then I'll just leave it at that, and then if for some reason Martin or John come back and say, no, Grant, you're fine because this, that, and the next thing, then I might have allowed this unit to build some depth and disrupted this unit, my guess. Okay, let's do it. Right, it needs to be a 1, and we need to have, we've got BG, we've got Bangalore's, Mortars, and Browning. Pretty unlikely, but here we go. Nah. Oh, it's a damn 2 as well. So we actually have the weapons, but we're equal. Oh, no. Oh, I was looking at the wrong, I thought they were defeated. Oh, that was close. I looked at the wrong column. It's attack strength greater but not double, as they would be defeated. Attack strength equal as they are disrupted because they're on their own. Ah. Yeah, because we're 4, but he gets double because he's in the bocage. We have the BR. But disrupted doesn't help, unfortunately. Because, at least I'm clutching at straws now. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Yeah, it says including disrupted German units. Is not in the field of fire of a German unit, including disrupted German units. Oh well. Well, I don't know. I'm obviously disappointed because it's a long time spent getting to this position, and then squint there. It's a long time getting to this position, and then the game really does change up quite a bit when you move into the extended game. It brings so much. It's a different game altogether. Well, you know, yeah, it is. It's kind of like 2 halves, really. Okay, there's a lot of things that I got wrong here, and yeah, a few mistakes were made, but did I deserve that? I don't know. I think the events hammered me, didn't they? It just shows you the reinforcements, because it was like these reinforcements that ended up blocking this ability to trace communication. Yeah. Right, well, it looks like I've failed. So, but what I will do is I'll finish this video up. I'll leave it like that. And maybe just get complete confirmation. Let's say I'm maybe a little surprised. Maybe Martin or John didn't mention the communication side. But then that's the most complex. You know, it's probably the last bit to worry about. But I'm still in this position here. I can't. You know, there's not a way down. If you, I would never have considered that I couldn't trace through bluffs. And there you go. I'm going to be totally coming out in the game with a different view on that. Yeah, okay. Right, well, you know what? I'm not finished with this game. It's annoying though. All the hours spent on not getting on the next half. Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll just need to do it all again. Yeah, I'll probably record it again. It just means I'm putting all that stuff out there, but whether you all want to watch through all that again, I don't know, but I quite enjoy it. I've just kind of used to doing that, and I quite enjoy doing it now. It helps me, I think it through better. Well, here you go. Well, maybe if I'd had a look at the rules better. I started reading the rules, and I thought, oh, I know this. I know this game. I remember it. It's all coming back to me. But, you know, I should have read ahead and thought more about the conditions to move on. I was quite slow at that. I was on turn 10 or 11 or something. And I thought, oh, wait now, I need 11 victory points before turn 16. And then I've not looked into how exactly I get these victory points, and that's what's done me over, I think. Right, well, I'll leave it at that for now, guys, and I'll upload this last part, and well, if you all agree that I am at defeat, then we'll leave it there, and well, we'll decide where we go next. Okay, right. Cheers for now.